Hi Christina, and welcome to the handover video for your Tucson. So obviously the car comes with two keys. Now as you can see, the car's locked at the moment because the wing mirrors have folded in. I'll press the unlock padlock on the key, then the wing mirror will fold out. Obviously the car will unlock itself, so don't worry about that brown paper there. It's just to protect the mats when I'm getting in and out of the car because of the weather. So seat adjustment, you've got the bar underneath the seat there to move, that you pull up so you can move the seat backwards and forwards. This lever here pumps the seat up or down, and then you've got the wheel at the back there which is just the backrest, and then that little circle button there, that gives you the electric lumbar adjustment for your base of your spine and that there. While we're outside the car, your fuel filler cap is on the passenger side, and as long as the car's unlocked, all you do, just give it a quick press, and obviously it's all tethered, you don't need a key, unscrew, and obviously you'll be able to pop some diesel in there. In the boot, I'll just open that. As you can see, great size. Your tonneau cover, obviously keeping everything nicely out of sight, and of course that just locates into the recesses there. And then under the boot floor you've got your full-size alloy spare wheel with your tools, jack, and in that little plastic bag, that green there, is a cargo net which you can attach to the tie-down points, so it goes in the boot area, so to stop if you've got a small amount in the boot, it just holds it in place as opposed to it rolling around in the boot. So quite a nice idea. The rear seats, obviously you've got the 60-40 split, and you fold them down by just pulling this lever up here, and then when you want to fold them back up into place, pull that lever up and then move the seats back into their place. You can also use that lever to recline the rear seats, so you can have them more upright, you can have them reclined. You've got a good range of adjustment on them. Right, so let me just get into the car and we'll go through all the major controls and that for you. So starting procedure, you've got to foot on foot brake, and then obviously just turn the key, and then obviously she sparks into life. I'm just going to turn the radio off for a moment. So in the driver's armrest you've got controls for all the electric windows. This switch there with the window with the cross through it is the power cut-off switch to kill power to the rear windows to stop sort of the children playing with them, etc. Central locking. Now when the car, or sorry I should say when you drive away in the car, will automatically lock, and it will automatically unlock when you take the key out. So if you need to unlock the car to let someone out or to let someone get in, if you're picking somebody up, your central locking button is that you'll press there. Forward of that you've got your mirror controls, right, left, and this is your touchpad you use to adjust the glass. Okay, and then right at the very top again is the mirror positioning. So when it's in auto like it is now, when it's flat, when you lock the car the wing mirrors fold in, when you unlock it they fold out. If you want to bring the wing mirrors in while you're inside the car, just flick that switch over, there you go, and it brings them in, and to fold them out obviously just flick it the opposite way and out they go, but obviously I'll leave it in the automatic position. On the dashboard on the right hand side of the steering wheel you got your headlight levels. Normal setting is 0. It's only if you've got anything really heavy in the boot that you need to adjust that. This plus and minus, all that does is adjust the illumination level of the dashboard. Okay, so you can get it right for nighttime driving. This button here, this is your lane departure, lane assist. Okay, now that is normally off. To turn it on, just press the button and you'll see that symbol appear just there in the rev counter. So and as you're driving along, what will happen is that will turn from white to green. So if you then go to so you know when it turned green, the car's tracking the white lines using the cameras. So if you were to go close to the white line, the car will bleep at you to say that you're getting close to the white line, and also it'll apply very slight pressure to the steering wheel to help keep you within the white lines. However, if you're indicating, it won't do anything because it knows you want to move lanes. Alright, so very good system, particularly on main roads and motorways. On country roads, because obviously they're a lot narrower, you may be cutting corners and things like that, so if you had it turned on, it'll be bleeping at you constantly, more or less. So, but very good safety system. So I'll turn it off for now. And this one here, this is your traction stability control. That is on by default. Great safety feature. Should be no need for you to turn that off. On around your steering wheel, your horn is anywhere in the center here. On this outer edge of the steering wheel, you've got your cruise control and speed limiter. So all you do to turn the system on is press that button there. You'll see the little green light come on. That's your cruise control. And if I was to press the mode button, it changes the cruise control to speed limiter. And so again, you just then press your button down towards the set. And as you can see, we're not moving, so it's defaulted to 20 miles an hour. And again, but that's how you turn the system on or off. This inner band here is for your information screen, which sits between your speedo and your rev counter. So for example, if I was to move this button up and down, you'll see the so that's showing how much miles you've got left in the tank. That's a trip meter A, trip B, and then you've got a digital speedo, which people find useful. And then we're back to how many miles you've got in the tank. Okay, so that's just using that middle button up, flicking that up and down. If you want to reset any of those, for example that trip meter there, if you just press and hold the OK button in, it'll reset it. Okay, and you can do that on any of the screens. This top button here, okay, this will go through the top menus. So that's the main menu. We've then got the navigation or electronic compass menu. We've then got your lane departure menu and your music, and then the settings, sorry, the tyre pressures, you can actually display those to check the tyre pressures as you're going along, and then the settings, which should be no need for you to pop into there, and then we're back to the main screen again. So all that is controlled by that button there. On this side of the steering wheel, a little bit easier. You've got your audio controls, so you can increase or decrease the volume, go up or down the radio stations, you can mute the radio, and also once you've linked your phone to the car, you can take and make calls legally and hands-free. Alright. On the left hand stalk, you've got your indicators and your lights. Now the lights on this car, you've got an automatic setting, so you can just flick it up and leave it in automatic, or if you want you can do it manually. So you've got your side lights and you can see the green indicator there, headlights, your full beam, push the stalk away. To cancel full beam, push it back towards the steering wheel. Okay, and this inner and outer band here is your front and rear fog light. So with your lights on, if I flick that up, then your front fog light comes on. If I flick that down, your rear fog light comes on. I accidentally moved the indicator stalk then, and again you just do exactly the same, twist it up and down to turn the fog lights off. Okay, but what I'll do is I'll leave it in the automatic position. On the opposite stalk, you've got your wipers, so in the moment they're in the off position. If I just flick it down, they'll do a single sweep. Up one is intermittent, and you can vary the time from a long interval to short interval. You've then got the low and the high speed, and then this twisty bit on the end is for your rear wiper. To wash the windscreen, pull it back towards the steering wheel. To wash the rear, push it away from the steering wheel. Okay. And on the subject of steering wheel, if you need to adjust the steering wheel, little lever to the left hand side here, so you can then move it up and down, in and out, and then tighten it back up obviously before you drive away. Heating controls, obviously you've got dual climate control on this car, so you can just set the temperature, press automatic and let the car get on with it. If the passenger wants a different temperature, they just move their temperature control, and as you can see you can have different temperatures. So if then the driver wants to control both sides again, all you do is press the sync and then the driver's side controls both. Alright, you can also choose manually where the air is being directed to, so you can just by pressing those buttons decide where you want the air to be directed to. You can increase or decrease the fan speed. Okay, you can turn the aircon off or on, or you can say you can just press auto and the car will look after that for you. Down here you've got your heated seat controls, so you've got heated front seats, so you've got high, medium and low settings. You've also got a front demist, so if you press that, as you can hear, everything goes up to the screen to demist it as quickly as possible. When the screen's clear, press that button again, it will automatically go back to your previous setting, and that one there is your heated rear screen and heated door mirrors. Below that you've got a USB auxiliary input and a couple of power sockets in that for you. Your hazard lights are also just there as well if you need those. Automatic gear selector, so as long as you've got your foot on the brake, there's a little button at the very front of the gear selector there, so just press that in and then you'll be able to move it from park to reverse to neutral and drive. So in reverse, as you can hear, your parking sensors become active and your rear camera, so you can see exactly what's behind the car as well. If I pop her into drive, then obviously as you can see on the information screen, it's showing we're in D1, drive 1. So again, the car will go up and down the gears as you drive, and obviously it's a 7-speed automatic, so nice and efficient as well. Drive modes. Okay, so at the moment, if I was to press that button, if you watch the you've got normal or sport. Okay, sport mode just sharpens up throttle response, gives you a little bit more power when you're overtaking, but even driving it in normal mode like most people do, you'll find it more than adequate. This button here is the downhill brake assist. If I press that, you can see the green indicator just over there. That's very similar to the Land Rover's hill descent system. Very, very useful, and the on steep hills that you don't want to ride the brake on. Stop start technology on this car, so if you want to turn that off, just press that button so that is illuminated. Otherwise, if you leave it on when you're in traffic, in normal operating conditions, and you put your foot on the foot brake to stop the car, the engine will cut out. As soon as you then start to release the foot brake, the engine will fire up again and away you go. And this button here is for your parking sensors. So again, as soon as you select reverse, your parking sensors become active, but if you want to turn the parking sensors off, for example if you're towing anything, then obviously that's the button to do that. So onto your information screen now. So obviously with this car you've got your digital radio. So at the moment we're on FM, so if I press DAB, okay, and then to choose a radio station you can just go to list and then just page up or down. If we go to there we go, radio 1 for example. If you then wanted to store that, if you use that return arrow, then go to presets and then press and hold. There you go, and I say that return arrow always gets you back to your previous screen. So if we go radio 2, return arrow, presets, and that's on number 3 because I missed number 2. And again, you can do this as many times as you like. And again, you can also just use these buttons here, and as you'll see, they go up and down to the various radio stations as well. Okay, so again, increase in volume, just rotate that, or you can use the button here. That will obviously mute it. So let me just turn the sound down. So your navigation, you can just press map, and obviously that's the disclaimer that's come on. It's all touchscreen, so just press agree, and as you can see, you can display the map of where you are, and using this button here you can turn that and zoom in or zoom out. Okay, if you want to set a destination, you just go to nav, addresses, postcode, 7-digit postcode. So if I put in the postcode for the dealership here, SY1, and then that's your space. 4AB is the postcode here, and then you just highlight that. You don't need to put a house number in this particular case. Press start, and then what it does, it calculates the quickest, the shortest and the most economic route. It automatically defaults to the quickest, so if you're happy with that, press done.
Starting route guidance.
And as you can hear, it will automatically talk to you and guide you. Alright, if you want to stop guidance, if you go back into nav, as you can see, stop guidance is there. Press that, and then that is cancelled. To adjust the navigation volume, just press that speaker button there.
Guidance will be at this volume.
And you can adjust it, you can even mute it. But I say you can adjust it so you can get it to the volume that you want, and then once you've got it there, just press outside the box and it quickly disappears. Now if you're travelling at night with your radio on and you still want to listen to the radio but don't want the screen on, press that little moon button there and that will turn the screen off, but the music will still play. Alright, and in relation to your phone, pairing your phone up, so if you, the little cog here, the little settings cog, if I press that, you can then go to Bluetooth and then go to paired devices, and if you just follow the prompts on the screen, you'll need obviously to put your Bluetooth on your phone on and then go into the connections on your phone, search for the Tucson, it'll come up as Tucson, and then obviously you'll be able to pair it up, which will link your phone to the car, so you can take and make calls using the buttons on the steering wheel, and also if you've got music on your phone you'll be able to play it through the car system as well. In the front here you've got your sunglass holder. Okay, obviously you've got the interior lights which will come on automatically when the door is opened, but you can individually turn them on and off as well just by pressing them off, or you can flick the switch open to over so they got all the interior lights on for you. And in your glove box you've got the handbook, the locking wheel nut key, the service book, and everything is all in there for you. Alright, so I'll email this video over to you, so obviously gives you a good idea of the controls to the car before you come and pick it up a little bit later. So we'll see you later today. Thank you.